Alright, we're trying something new today. Playing some Esper Vial. This hand is atrocious. This hand's a good bit better. I'm definitely keeping it. I think I want to keep it all the lands. Maybe put away a swords. Because we might not be playing against a creature deck anyways. I really only want multiple swords if we're playing against Delver. If they want to turn 1 wasteland us, it's fine. But I think the hands with Aether Vial are exponentially better, just based on the way the deck is constructed. So I want to be doing that as much as I can. And we're playing against some form of a blue deck. Kicking an Underground Sea. Not really sure what this entails. We're playing against Storm. Our hand is not very well set up for Storm. I'm glad we shipped Swords of Plowshares, but our hand does literally nothing against Storm. It's continuing to do nothing. I mean, next turn we can put a Meddling Mage down, but I'm not sure if that's like game winning or where that is on that scale. I mean, we're probably just gonna die this turn, if I had to guess, but anything is possible. It's not good. Oh, we're playing as Doomsday. Yeah, we're probably dead. I would guess that we are dead this turn. Doesn't take much. What? How are we not dead there? Is this getting countered? Because if this doesn't get countered, I can just grab a Meddling Mage. Makes more sense now. That's crazy. I can't believe we weren't dead. We weren't dead there. I imagine we're dead here though on the untap. So their hand must have been all interaction and no draw spells. Because if they had a Ponder even, I think we just lose. That's unfortunate. If they didn't have the days, they lose though. Because I can recruit her for Meddling Mage. And I put Meddling Mage in play, and if I name Thassa's Oracle, they can't win. I really don't know how we're not dead. Maybe I should have left this on 2. Yeah, because I removed that out of top decking Meddling Mage. I didn't open any new outs. I should have left this on 2. He milled the Thassa's Oracle? I'm not playing this because they might think we have like Force of Will, but I'm not sure they can do anything about Force of Will anyways. Like they just have to hope we don't have it anyways. I just don't know how we're not dead. Okay, that's fair. There's a meddling mage. I guess that's the way they get around meddling mage naming Oracle. But as soon as they mill this, we know to name Unearth. Oh well, I wouldn't necessarily expect to win game 1 there anyways. I definitely want Force Negation. I think they have a decent number of basics, but it seems like they just actively fetch the Underground Seeds anyway, so I may as well add this. Canonist helps a lot. I don't think these don't do anything. Lavinia. Okay. So it counters like LED. Oh, and like they can't like Dark Control into Doomsday. What's up, Alex? Legacy is your favorite format? Yeah, it's super fun. I mean, it's less fun right now because Oko and Uro aren't very fun, but yeah, Legacy is sick. Swords of Plowshare doesn't matter, neither does Peacekeeper. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing with the deck, but I'm trying. I'm trying it out. But yeah, the removal doesn't do anything against them, so I'm just taking it all out and bringing in things that interact with non-creature spells. That's all you can really do here. Their graveyard doesn't really matter either. Turn 2 Lavinia would slow them down a lot, but the rest of the hand doesn't do much. I mean, we can brainstorm things away on turn 3. But I think they're just better hands on a mulligan. Is that really just want like Force of Will and Meddling Mage. Canonist helps, I guess. The man base here is awful. If this was a blue source, it would be a snap keep. But I think I ship again. Go to 5. These hands have sucked. I'm gonna keep this though. It has a Canonist. I'm gonna put away these. We can't cast any meddling mages right now, but hopefully we draw a land that can. I'm not gonna fetch. There's no reason to. We really want to draw a land, and we don't want to draw the 3 drops we put on the bottom. So hopefully draw a land here. That is quite the opposite of a land. I'm gonna grab a Tundra. Okay. So we can't get Dark Ritual Doomsday here. Rough, but Canonist is great. Yeah, for sure. Like, the Canonist is good. It's not as good as it would be against, like, Storm, but... Man, I wonder if they just don't have another land. I guess, like, no matter what, they're just cantripping this turn. They can't do anything else. They did bottom top with the Preordain, though, so I would assume that they have a second land. They chose to not shuffle. Yeah. This is non-artifacts, that's why they can cast the pedal. They can cast their pedals and LEDs. That's not a bad draw. Um, I'm just gonna kill theirs, see. Their mana is more relevant than ours. But hopefully we draw a land at some point so I can cast these meddling mages. It'll be very helpful. Let's grab another C. Which makes sense. I am gonna counter that. Oh wait, I can't. I'm dumb. Force of negation you can only use on your opponent's turn. Unfortunate. There's no reason to counter it. Just be 2-for-1ing ourselves. Interesting, they took a meddling mage. Alright, well we drew a second land a turn later than I would have liked. But we'll survive. Grab a C here. I think I just named Doomsday. I don't see... I'm just gonna take their win con out of the picture. Also, they did only have a 2-laner, so if we draw another Wasteland, it would be really good. They have to kill this before they can combo or do anything. They've used their Street Wraith. I'm not going to counter a Ponder or anything like that. They did show us a Tropical Island, which means that I would assume they have Abrupt Decay and Veil of Summer in their deck. And Veil's pretty good against our Force Negation, but they also need the mana to do that. They shuffled and then drew a land off the top. Okay. It's not exactly what we're looking for, but it's not nothing. We're now insulated from duress. If they duress us, we still have a counter spell. But if they have Veil of Summer, we're still in trouble. Drawing a third land would be really good. That's rough. I can't really force it. I just have to let it resolve, but it's gonna buy them a lot of time. Wow, they use their pedal to ponder? It's very strange to me. How do I feel about Pioneer How? Do you have any decks you prefer at the moment? Winota. I think the format's healthy, but I still want to try to do unfair things. So I've been playing Winota because it's a fair deck that also has a combo plan that has an oops I win. I top 32 to the showcase over the weekend with it and was very impressed. And I would keep playing it. Bouncing this doesn't do anything. I mean, I can bounce Meddling Mage to draw a card, but it doesn't make sense. Because then we're open to getting comboed. And like letting them draw an extra card seems rough. Though that if that's how they have to spend their mana next turn, that could be okay. I can also just leave up Double Force. I'm just gonna leave up Double Force and hope to draw something relevant here in a turn or two. Winnows and Busto, Winnow is very strong. I think it's very reactable. Like, it's very reactable. Like, they can react to what goes on. Cavern? What? Why'd they name Giant? Dude, do they have Uro in their deck? Vomit. Literal vomit. I mean, at least they don't have another land, but all it takes is a tropical island, which FH can get. That's not helpful. What is this deck? We're against Doomsday. They play this mainly to make Thassa's Oracle uncounterable. I think I have to bounce my Meddling Mage. I don't think I can do that though. I think I have to just hope they don't draw a Trop. I'm just gonna hope they don't draw a Trop. They have to top deck it right here. And if next turn we draw a land, I can replay the Meddling Mage and name Uro. Because we'll lose to the Uro. Unless I draw Caracas here. I'm gonna try to bounce Meddling Mage. If we draw a land, then I can recast it and name Uro, which is my plan. I still have Force of Will. I can't really force it. I guess I should. I'm gonna bounce the mage still. Well, we drew the land. I wish if this could cast a spell immediately, it would be so much better. But now I have Force for Doomsday, if they go for that. But now they can just bring back Uro anyways. We needed one more turn. Or for this to draw the card immediately instead of waiting until the end step. Okay, or they're not going for Uro. They have Veil. And we're just dead. That's unfortunate. I could have played that game differently, maybe. I mean, not really. I guess I could have just passed again, because then I still have double counterspell up, but they were just gonna cast Uro, and I can't deal with the Uro. Like, I'll just die to the Uro. Like, I can bounce it back to their hand, but it's not doing anything. So I'm just not getting progression in that game because of my Mold of 5. And them turning into a mid-rangey deck. Yeah, that's rough. Alright, we're trying to develop a redemption arc here. Yeah. Can't mulligan this hand. There's Esper Vial, some cool stuff in it. If you're mulliganing hands like this with this deck, then you shouldn't be playing the deck in the first place, I think. Or that means the deck's not good enough in general. It would be a lot better if it had like a Force Will in it, but it has a lot of staying power. If we can get some cool stuff going with the double recruiter. And Mox Diamond. Everything is low. It could just be straight Lance. It could be either. Okay. Okay, we're playing as Lance. Which, if they're the red-green version, we're gonna have some big problems. Yeah. Okay, so you're getting Stage Maze. They have like the insane start. It's gross. So I kinda have to, even though I want to name Loam, I kinda have to name Punishing Fire first. Okay, so they have Punishing Fire in their deck, in the Grove, but they have Abrupt Decays as well? It's really weird. So their hand is Stage, Grove, Taiga, 3 unknowns. What is this? They have multiple Abrupt Decays? I think I just grab another Meddling Mage. Like, I can blink my Recruiter, but I'm not sure I mean, it builds out my board, but that's it. I think I just need to make sure they can't disrupt my board. Because if they can't disrupt my board, I'm eventually going to get there, right? So I think I Meddling Mage. I name Punishing Fire again. They have a Grove in their hand actively now. I'm gonna do this now. They've also used double Abrupt Decay, so like their ways of killing this are much smaller. And next turn I can Recruiter plus Soulherder. Yeah. They're really glad that I named Punishing Fire, because they have a Grove in their hand, so they could have gotten it back and killed this no matter what it was naming. I do have to be careful of them assembling the Wombo combo on me here, because they can crop rotation. They can no longer Wombo combo me this turn. I cannot cast that, which is unfortunate. So their hand has a Maze and a Grove and 2 unknowns. Oh no, they have a Loam in their hand. So we know 3 of the 4 cards. I'm going to put in this Recruiter. And they can't actually kill us here. So I'm going to grab a Charming Prince. And I'm going to blink this thing. This helps build out our board while being super obnoxious. They're copying Wasteland. It's actually gross. I want to get a Soulherder, which I think is still correct. Just need to draw some lands though. The issue here is they can shut us out of white mana, which will eventually allow them to Merit Lage. Oh, that's not good. I do have basics in the deck though, so this Ghost Quarter is not backbreaking right now. But right now their hand is, well, they're about to Loam, I assume. GQ field. They have a Grove, a Maze, and a Loam. So there's still that one unknown card. They also have Sylvan Library main deck. They have a lot of weird stuff main. Though, like, maybe it's the norm and I just haven't been paying close enough attention. It's probably more likely that. Alright, they wasted our Wasteland. And they played the Maze. We are applying a lot of pressure to them, so it makes sense. But they're not... Doesn't seem like they're super prepared to do anything crazy here. Yeah, that's fine. Cool, we drew a land. It's actually really good. Gonna swing in there. I'm gonna play the Baleful Strix first before I do anything else. What's up, Nim? How's it going, man? Alright, let's Soul Herder. I'm going to blink the Charming Prince. And then I'm going to use the Charming Prince to blink the Recruiter. This is effectively going to make the Soul Herder one extra bigger while doing the same thing we want to do in the first place. They took a natural draw step to make sense. They really need something big here. They're gambling. Okay. I feel like they want something like a mana bond here. I think that's what they should gamble for. It'd be really annoying to deal with, but they could also just mill exactly what they got, which would be pretty cool. So that was their draw for turn. That was their unknown. That was just their straight up their draw step. They could also be trying to dig for, try to get, if they have another Abrupt Decay in the deck, I guess, or Blast Zone. Blast Zone would be effective. Eventually, it would be very slow here, but they could. Well, not really. They just pump it up to 2, and then they pop it here, and then they can Punishing Fire. Hopefully, whatever they get, they immediately dump in the yard, though. I guess that's always the goal, right? But I'm gonna get this Flicker off, and I'm gonna be able to go get probably Venser? And that should insulate me from about anything. They discarded Caracas. I doubt that's what they got, so they... That makes sense. That's also very unfortunate. Well, that's not good. We have perfect information. The issue is this Caracas is gonna absolutely murk me. That's not good. It's really not good. So let's see here. Let's see what I'm gonna lose this turn. I'm going to sack Strix, a Recruiter, and the Charming Prince. I'll keep these 3 around. They have Ghost Quarter, Field, Grove Stage, Caracas. The issue is they can also like do weird stuff and like stage the Tabernacle that's here, and like, because one thing I could do is I can grab Flicker Wisp, and on my upkeep with these triggers on the stack, I Flicker Wisp and blink out something. Let's say like this Recruiter here, and I pay for the Soul Herder, the Charming Prince, the Meddling Mage. I attack, they untap this, they take 3, or I'm sorry, they take 4. And then the flicker, the recruiter comes back, I search up whatever, it doesn't matter what I search up. And then I blink the Charming Prince and I blink out the Flicker Wisp, and then the Flicker Wisp comes back on end step and I flicker this out. And then I should be able to win from there. Or I can flicker out the Maze of Ith in the first place, just ditch the recruiters and the Strix anyways. They take 7, go to 6. This comes back, I flicker the Prince, flicker out the Flicker Wisp. It'll come back on end step, I can flicker out either of these again and then win from there. I think that's better. But either way, it involves me grabbing Flicker Wisp. Or I could just grab Venser. Venser does the same thing, right? I just have to take this up to 4. Yeah, and that gets lands off the battlefield, which is more relevant anyways. Okay. Oh god, this is so many triggers. Okay. Take the vial up to 4. That's step 1. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. No. No. Yes. Do I want to play the swamp? There's no way the swords is relevant this turn, so I'm gonna play the swamp. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna bounce this maze. Oh, I can't do. Oh yeah, no, this still works. Yeah, flicker the. Yes, this works, and then flicker this. There are legacy challenges this weekend? Yeah, there's a legacy challenge every weekend. There's 2 of them. Saturday it's at 11 a.m. and Sundays it's at 7, I think. Whatever time it was this past Sunday, it's always the same, I think. But yeah, there's 2 every week. Legacy is the one that they do every week. Alright, so we got that game. Really good for us. Definitely like the Wasteland. Force negation is very strong. Couldn't find out Moto's calendar. Yeah, they don't put those on the calendar. If you click on the premier events, you can scroll down to where they have the challenges, and they're that time every single week. It's recurring. It's like the prelims. They don't count them as like special events anymore. I like Rip. I also like Remorseful Cleric. I think, oh, Active Authority seems good here. You can get rid of Mana Bond, Exploration, Mox Diamond. I'm not sure if Gilded Drake is worth it. You can exchange with the big dude, which is cool. But like, I don't think that's happening often enough. Like, I think you want the swords because of the instant speed. I don't want Peacekeeper. I don't think we're winning that way. You're gonna try some Baubles and burn? Does the deck play, it plays Swift Spear, but does it play, like, it doesn't play Soul Scar, right? But it also just thins the deck down. I think, would you want to add fetches to some degree? Because if you're adding baubles, so that you can sometimes get the scry. I think Strix isn't as relevant. Cutting Brainstorm doesn't make sense. I kind of want to shave on swords. Maybe Strix is just bad. Teferi seems kind of meh. I wonder how often they're like trying to combo in their main phase. I kind of like Baleful Strix because it like buys a turn. The reason I cut a force is because we're bringing in 3 force negations. I want to be overloaded on forces. Like, I think I'm kind of overloaded here, but I have Caracas, so I'm going to keep in the Brainstorm. But fetches would probably be fine. Like, I think the fetches, like, I'm going to counter this. I'm going to pitch a Brainstorm. I want to save this for Loam. This is the main way they win, honestly. That's rough. I can't really cast Force of Negation this turn. Okay, they're not making me do it. Good. I don't want to cast a Meddling Mage. I want to Brainstorm this turn. I want to Brainstorm, make sure I can shuffle if I need to. There's a Caracas. They're doing a whole lot of nothing, which kind of tells me they have removal in hand. Which is fine. Alright, well I'm definitely putting back 2 lands. So a lot of lands. I need some spells though, like I need some gas. God, man. So much. Like I can't cast a melee mage because then I don't have Force of Negation. Guess I'll play the Wasteland. And if I play melee mage, they can. Oh, they can't take a blast in this turn. Oh wait, they can. They just can't pop it yet. They can pop it next turn. I'm probably gonna want to Wasteland in that blast zone. There's a Ghost Quarter. We have basics in our deck, so I'm not super concerned about the Ghost Quarter. Well, there's a Recruiter. It's actually really helpful here. I can get anything in our deck. They can Punishing Fire this, which I kind of expect them to do here. So I think I'm gonna grab another. I can just grab another Recruiter. Just cause like I don't exactly know what they're doing here. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab another Recruiter because I don't know what's in their hand, so it's really hard for me to decide what to do. Okay. So they did have the Punishing Fire. I think I'm gonna Wasteland the Grove. Like this Blast Zone kind of sucks, but it's at least a one-time use. It's like really aggressive for me to do that, but I think it's correct. Especially considering I can force a negation alone if they have it. I might just get like comboed. Another recruiter. It's funny. I can just grab a Venser though and I'll be insulated. I think that's what I'm supposed to get. Yeah. Okay. I'm going for the long game. Alright, so they have stage combo. I have the Venser though, so I'm not like super concerned. The question is, do I want to play Caracas? Caracas forces them to Venser, which is cool. I'm gonna attack and see what they do. I kind of want them to use their Ghost Quarter. But they can also just copy our Ghost Quarter, or copy the No, they can copy their Ghost Quarter. I don't think that matters. But like now I just kind of have to like Caracas pass, which I'm not even sure if that's good for us. Like I can recruitering, there's not really a flyer I want to get. I think I just play this and pass. No action, interesting. That was the best land they could draw. Quite literally. I could try to Venser now. I'm not sure it's beneficial. I just like Venser to stage. Well, if I put this on a stack, then I copy this. They Ghost Quarter here, but then I can bounce the Venser. I'm insulated. There's nothing they can really do to get me here. I really didn't expect that. It doesn't matter. I just really didn't expect it. Now like a loam is pretty good for them. I feel like I just bounced their Caracas here. So if I bounce a Caracas, then they have to go for it here, and then I can recruit her for SOULHERDER. And then I probably just win from there. Or I just bounce this stage. I guess bouncing this stage makes more sense. Yeah. Okay, they're just going for it. It's gonna work out pretty well here. They went for it, which is good for us. Now I can just slam this recruiter. You go get SOULHERDER. I wish I could Palace Jailer. It'd be way cooler. SOULHERDER's better here. And then we go to end step. Yes. Bounce the Merit Lage. Now they have to draw a red source here, or they're just dead. There's no way for them to win. Because they have to kill this thing this turn, or they're roasted. That does not do it. Sylvan Library, okay. Alright, so they're gonna buy a lot of time. I think I have a lot of draws at things now. That's a really good draw. I'm just gonna play it now. I don't think I KO their graveyard immediately. Because this is like relevant pressure. I feel like I just blink this. If they Caracas it, that's fine. Yeah. I'm gonna bounce the library. Just make them waste their whole turn. I'm not gonna KO their yard. I don't think I care. They ditched the depths. Okay. So their hand is library unknown. So they could like... I guess I do it now. See if they can punish me. They did not punish me. They tried to punishing fire me, but they could not punish me. Yep. Still can't pop Blast Zone. I think I just named Sylvan Library, and then I bounce their library. Now they're forced to like pop Blast Zone in order to play the library in their hand. Not a very good spot for them. That was a pretty good draw. That was actually an insane draw for them. They're gonna actually climb out of this game now. They have to draw a stage, but... maybe one day we won't draw a land. I mean, the Meddling Mage was good, but that Red Blast was disgusting. As long as they don't draw a stage here. If they draw a stage here, we're in a lot of trouble. What top decks, man? We really have to top deck here now. They just top deck 2 removal spells in a row. That was really good. That's huge. Okay. That was like probably the best thing we could hit. I can... They're gonna get a turn with this Sylvan Library no matter what. Because I have 3, 6, 7, I have 8 mana. So I can't like... So I could Recruiter and go get Charming Prince and then... No, I'm a mana short from that. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna be disrupting their Maze of Mist. I've just gotta attack here no matter what. Cause this thing doesn't have flash, right? Okay. I was say I could have like grabbed Baron and then bounced Recruiter. I get to draw extra cards. I can also just Soulherder. I can Flicker Wisp and I mean flickering this doesn't do anything. If I go to Flicker Venser, it's gonna bounce it. But I guess that would be good for us. Cause then I can just untap and bounce the maze and then they die. Soulherder would be better than Flicker Wisping though. I'm gonna still hold this land in my hand. I can also just blink Recruiter and get the extra card here. No, I think I would... So like, if I flicker Recruiter, that's like the kill them plan. Whereas flickering this keeps us safer. I think I'd rather just try to kill them, to be honest. Like, they only get 3 looks. And they can't keep a card, they're just gonna die anyways. I'll just grab a... I'm gonna grab the Flicker Wisp. I'm not really sure what they can grab they can do here. Because they can't play a Glacial Chasm, because I'll just flicker it out and they'll die. Because I have lethal through Maze here. Oh wait, that's not true. They can Maze this and bounce Venser, but then I have a Venser in my hand, which means they can't win. This deck is super hard to play. There's a lot of weird lines. And I would never think that this card is legacy playable, but here we are. Alright, their 3 cards were bad and we got there. Alright, we're here for round 3. We're against longtime viewer and friend. He's always plays Burn in Legacy, so definitely keeping that one in mind. It could be fetching basics to play around things when we can. And this hand, I mean, I'm not gonna say no to this hand. seems good enough for me. Alright, they mulled a 6 and they kept their 6. I'm just gonna Tundra pass. I'm gonna fire off this Brainstorm end of turn if they don't play a creature. Alright, there's a creature. I'm just gonna Swords it. I'm gonna grab the Swamp to play around the Price of Progress. If they play an Eidolon here, it's not the best. I don't know if he's playing Eidolon or not. I'm not gonna attack in case of them having a haste creature. I don't want to chump block with the Recruiter. I want to actually do things. I kind of just want to grab Charming Prince so that I can gain life. I can also grab Soulherder and start flickering out a bunch, in and out. Grab Soulherder. Well, they would have played a creature that turn, I think. If they had a creature, they would have played that turn, so I'm just gonna attack. If I have to chump block with Recruiter, it'll be fine, because I'm perfectly fine flickering Baleful Strix. Alright, so they top deck the Eidolon that turn. And we just now drew Force of Will. The sequence is a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. I am going to attempt a Soulherder. I'm not going to attack. The question here is if I actually Force of Will this. And I think the answer is yes. I think this is too important. Fiery Justice, thanks for the follow. Hope you're doing well today. That Force of Will is a really lucky draw. Getting to protect the Soulherder is really valuable here. I kind of want to grab Palace Jailer, but I don't have another land right now. But if I'm not drawing a land, I'm drawing spells, which is probably good for us anyways. So there's that. I could also grab Baron and bounce the Eidolon. I don't think I want to do that though. I'm gonna grab Palace Jailer. There's a Goblin Guide. That's not a land, but Source of Plowshares is nice. I'm fine trading off here, especially considering I'm drawing a Swords. I can Swords the Eidolon. Alright, my Soulherder is very dead, got Firecrafted. Not that big of a deal. I'm gonna Swords the Eidolon now. And Brainstorm and try and find another land. Those are two really good hits. I'm gonna put away Meddling Mage, and I don't think the Venser does anything. So I'm gonna put it away. I'm gonna use this Charming Prince to gain life. Yeah, they flooded out really hard. It's too many lands. The flood is always with him. Alright, we're gonna recruit her. I'm just gonna grab a SOULHERDER. If I can start blinking Charming Prince, the game is over. Though I think there's a good argument to just grab Charming Prince in general. My life total is more important, I think. Like, I think if I just stay alive, I'm not gonna be able to lose, so may as well play to that. Just your Charming Prince anyways, that's pretty gross. I'm gonna play out SOULHERDER plus Prince. My top decks have been really good here. Alright, I'm gonna blink out the Charming Prince. Makes sense. They have no cards in hand now, though. And I can just blink the recruiter. Yeah. Yeah, this is just, there's just too many lands. Yeah. Game is very over from there. I need to draw like 3 fewer lands to get there. Alright, so here, even though it might be hard for us to get the force negations off, I still think they're good here. Same with Fatal Push. Well, not the same situation, but Fatal Push is just good. Canoness is kind of interesting, but a lot of their spells are instants anyway, so this doesn't really do that much. Lavinia, so this stops Fire Blast. That's about it. If there's another card to cut, that's what I'll bring in. The only extent that Wasteland is useful is as a colorless land and to protect ourselves from Price of Progress. So I'm not going to bring in the extra, but I might keep the 1 in the deck already in. Or the 2 in the deck already in. Even though it's pretty tempting to cut them. Peacekeeper does nothing. Same with Plague Engineer. Flicker's okay. Teferi doesn't do much. Like, wastelanding ourselves is okay, but I'm not excited to do that. To be honest, I feel like we just have to strictly draw the cards rather than brainstorm into them, so maybe we save a brainstorm because we don't have time to cast it, especially on a draw. I think that makes sense. I think Baron's too slow. I think we want to keep the wastelands to wasteland ourselves. If anything, I should like cut 1 wasteland and bring in brainstorm. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. It keeps our blue count high too. They can play around Force of Negation relatively well. I'm not sure this hand does enough. I think I'm gonna mulligan. I'm gonna ship it. It really needs a second land. It has Brainstorm, but like the cards in it aren't impressive. There's a Force of Will, which is nice, but that's it. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna put away the 4-drop. I'm just gonna hope to Brainstorm into another land. See what 1-drop they have. They're spiking us. I respect it. Alright, Tundra is nice. I'm just gonna play out the Tundra. They kept a 1-lander. Dude, that was a good draw. I think I'm just gonna cast it. I'm not gonna try and get fancy here. Is this the old 7 burn spell hand? Yep. We're probably gonna wind up swordsing our own creature, which isn't the complete end of the world, but I wouldn't say it's ideal. I really need a land, so I'm gonna Brainstorm. No land, but double force. I think I need to keep these because they're blue cards. Well, so are all these. We have a lot of blue cards, actually. I think if I put back these 2, this is gonna go up to 2 next turn. Hopefully I draw a 3rd land. I can Strix hope to draw a land, and then Soulherder. Or I can Recruiter. But I'm not sure that, I don't think Lavinia is doing anything at all. I don't know that Meddling Mage is doing much. So probably gonna ditch it. It's either Meddling Mage or Recruiter. I think it's Meddling Mage. So I have blue cards here. Though I guess I don't want to pitch any of them, so... I think I was supposed to get rid of Recruiter. Now that I did it. Grab an island. Alright, there's a land. Going to 6 is not like the most pleasing thing in the world, but I could potentially draw into something. That's nice. Alright, now the Soulherder is gonna get big. And hopefully that turns into a good thing. Yes, I would like to use Soulherder's ability. Mainly just so that I can swords the Soulherder, like that's my main goal here. Cody's just never drawn a land, it's really unfortunate. Destroy target blue permanent. I'm pretty sure I should just force that. The question is which force to pitch. Well, I think I want to force negation because it doesn't cost me a life to do that. His draws have been really unfortunate. So, I'm gonna play Tundra. I can Recruiter. The question is, do I want to cast Recruiter or do I want to activate it with Vial so I can go get Charming Prince? I believe the answer is the latter, even though I would kind of like to go ahead and make this a 4-4 though. I mean, what else am I doing? I can recruiter and go get a flicker wisp, and I can flicker wisp his mountain away. I'm trying to make sure I don't die, but making a huge mistake. I think the flicker wisp line is... No, I think I'm supposed to just go get Charming Prince. I can also do a mixture here. I can go ahead and... Okay. I think just gaining 6 probably wins it here. It's very unfortunate he only drew 1 land. He flooded game 1 and then game 2 just drew nothing. Drew no lands. It's very unfortunate. I think the matchup can get really interesting. He just drew like garbage. I would like a game where it's like actually normal to see if like our draw can beat their draw on average. I'm not sure. Alright, we're here for round 4. If this had a fetch in it, I would think I would keep it, but I think this is just too subpar for a format like Legacy. I probably also mold to 6. I like this hand a whole lot more. I'm gonna put away the Peacekeeper. We don't have a force effect, but we have a meddling mage, a swords if it's a creature deck. I think this is it relatively into keep range. It's not the best thing in the world, but I think it's better than a 5. Birds of Paradise. Not really sure what that entails. I'm gonna... If they put bird in their deck, they're ramping into 3 drops, and I just don't want to deal with that. I grabbed a basic plains because they could be a wasteland deck. Well, that's disgusting. We cannot beat an Oko, so I'm just gonna name it. We have no way to deal with this, and they can just like draw as many cards as they want right now because we have no pressure. Especially if they have Uro. I almost named Uro with this, but I think we can beat an Uro, but we absolutely cannot beat an Oko. There's no possible way we can beat an Oko here. Yep. Birds of Paradise is really weird. I expect to be playing against like some natural order deck, which I guess we still could be, but Cabal Therapy? Is this like Veteran Explorer? That was a pretty good guess. That's actually a really good guess. Do I brainstorm? I think I do. Might find a fetch here. If not, I get to scribe whatever I want from the top to the bottom. The scribe part very relevant here. This is rough. A really rough spot. Top. They must be flooding. Must have been 3 lands. Otherwise it doesn't make too much sense. Savannah? Okay. They are 4 colors, which isn't surprising. I would assume they have Astrolabe in their deck. I don't really know what's going on. Birds of Paradise plus Cabal Therapy plus Brains. Like, not sure exactly what's going on. Put that one away. Don't need that one. Some weird Nick fit. That's kind of what I was thinking, like Veteran Explorer stuff. Like this kind of signals to me like it's probably like Veteran Explorer. Like Natural Order, Green Sun Zenith. So this can become a 3/3. They're gonna cast a Uro next turn, which is a big problem. Big problem. They have no cards in hand. I think I have to aggressively brainstorm and hope to get there. Like if I get a 3rd land, or well, 4th land, sorry, I can Recruiter and just go get Palace Jailer. Yeah, I'm gonna brainstorm. Did not get there, which is unfortunate. Oh, forcible. Also, I can bear into Uro. I think I'm better off forcing it, but I definitely want this vial though. Well, I'd rather pitch the Baleful Strix of Force. So if my plan is to, I want to play the vial this turn. Unless my plan is to shuffle it away, but I think I actually want it for the later game because the game's gonna go out a long time. So I can like, but then I'm stuck like Recruiter then Baroning, which doesn't feel very well. Like bouncing their ooze is relevant, or I could just bounce the Charming Prince to draw an extra card, which is probably what I'll do. Is I want to force the Uro, and then I'll get the Recruiter the following turn, which I think is valuable. So let's do that. I'm gonna put the Baron on top. Let's play Vial. I'm just gonna pass. And this way, if they Cabal Therapy and they name Force, or they name the Strix that they know about before they Uro, then I can bounce it anyways. It shows power creep when your opponent has played Uro, Oko, and Sharknado. Yeah, I've seen people have been including Sharknado, which is like kind of crazy to me. I had played against me the other day. They just took 8. That's not good. Jeffrey, how are you doing today, big man? What's up, man? Not too shabby. I woke up pretty early. Got some stuff done. Had a really productive call with one of our partners today, and we're 2-1 here. This deck is really weird to play. It's interesting. I'm kind of enjoying it because the plays are really weird, so it's like nothing's obvious, which has been interesting. How are you doing? What have you been up to? Alright. I'm gonna force this. think I'm gonna bounce their ooze. Like, drawing an extra card could be cool, but I kind of like just... I think I just like putting pressure on them here. Assuming that this resolves. I guess they would have to have a daze. Can't therapy an empty hand? Exactly. This is a lot of pressure. Like, they're just gonna replay the ooze out, but now they can't, like, gain a bunch of life. Or they can't draw an extra card anytime soon. Probably ever. That's a pleasant surprise. Yeah. I mean, like... It's just... Some cool stuff is happening, which is always fun. It's fun when the good news comes, but when the bad news comes, that's not fun. Almost nothing fish up in their application and reading. Reading is smart. I should do that more. Bubbles are shit. I don't know if that's like true or just your luck, but that's a LOL. Man, this is gross. I guess this works well with therapy. Do they have room for brainstorm in their deck? Like, I think the blue... Well, they did play brainstorm. Do they have room for force of will? They might not have force of will in their main. So I could attack with everything, but then my meddling mage will die. They go to 1 in the process, but it fuels their graveyard. I actively don't want to do that. But by recruitering, they're gonna get to freely therapy, which is a big problem. Also, fueling the yard for their ooze is probably not a good idea. Also, I can no longer cast this, I guess. Okay, now I can. I guess I'm just supposed to do this and let them therapy, but... I think I just balls to the walls and try to soul herder, but I mean, they're just gonna therapy. They just naturally drew a therapy. A little unfortunate. I was hoping they would have to sack one of their creatures. Alright, I need to top deck something really good here. Like something really good. Man, if they draw a fetch lane, they get the Uro. Which is really bad. I'm glad I didn't attack. It would turn out really bad. I think at least. I don't know, maybe I still should have. Unsure. I mean, they would just brought back Uro, which would have killed anyways. The only reason we're still like somewhat in this game is because that Uro is not in play. Yeah, they just played their use. That was a good draw. That was a really good draw. Um, the issue is if I swords the ooze, they gain 6 effectively. Which is a problem. I could swords the Ice Fang, and they go up to 4, and then they just block 2/2/2s, and they go to 1 again, and then they go back up to 2. So it actually doesn't work out very well. But like, swordsing nothing isn't gonna get me anywhere. I really don't want to swords this. I mean, like, I guess I just eventually swords this Uro. But then they get to draw so many cards. It's a huge problem. Like, if I swords this, they go up to 7, I just attack with everything, and then they like can block like here, and they go to 2, and then they just bring back Uro, and I lose the game. So I can't really swords and attack. It doesn't work out very well. So I guess I'm just stuck passing. Not looking very good. If I... This is rough. It's just rough in general. There's not much I can do. That sucks. It's really bad. Now you can put Uro in play. Or they're not going for it. I really wish I knew more of what was going on in their deck. We need to draw some gas. Like, if we draw some gas, I think we're fine. Their deck is just so obnoxious. Like, I guess I have to swords this, but definitely not happy about that. Because now they're just going to draw a bunch of cards with Sylvan Library. Yeah, like I'm sure they're like, oh yeah, that's really fine. Because who knows, they might just have another Uro. It's just a lose-lose situation, to be honest. I mean, whatever their deck is, it feels like it's just positioned to beat ours. Though, like, I think I can go over the top with SOULHERDER. I would just have to draw it and them not have removal. Well, at least it seems like there's nothing on top of their deck. Well, that's not good. It's actually really bad. I mean, if I draw SOULHERDER, then I'm just like blinking Recruiter, which is fine. That doesn't get shut off by Leovold. You're leaving before you curse again. So like, I appreciate it, man. Have a good one. I'll talk to you later. This is obnoxious to have in their deck. I just don't know. Oh, sure, just okay. Their deck is just such a mishmash of like nonsense. I guess most of their creatures are blue, so they definitely have Force of Wills, I would assume. This is kind of weird to me. Oh, they're alluring. Man, I'm just like so dead. This feels so bad. Yeah, I think my only out is to draw the one Soul Herder that's left. And then... And them not have removal. And I think it's fine. Have a Baron. Okay. Sure, just like all the value. So, they're basically just a bigger blue version of our deck. Well, or sorry, not blue, green. They just have all the good green stuff that we don't have. Oh yeah, I need to play the Underground Sea from my hand. And not tap that land. There we go. I don't draw a card because of Leovold. I guess I should have named Uro a long time ago with this Meddling Mage. It would have been really good. Oh well. Plague Engineer? Gross. I assume there's not an out, but... very dead. So, playing as a Lurin, which they don't have Force of Will typically. Or no, they do. They have Force of Will. They're basically this deck, but just like bigger. Which is bad news for us. Plague Engineer does stop that stuff though. Lavinia just actually stops the Lurin. They can't Lurin through this. I think push is good. We can trigger Revolt pretty easily. Taking their Uro seems pretty good with Gilded Drake. So I can, with Active Authority, I can nab a Lurin, I can nab Sylvan Library, which they should main deck, so they probably have like one or two. Though, maybe I don't worry about it as much then. I don't think Wasteland's good against them. They showed a lot of duels, but they also have a lot of basics. So I'm gonna not worry about Wasteland. I don't think that's the axis I'm winning on. Peacekeeper doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything super relevant, that is. I think the Plague Engineers are good. I can name Bird. They just have a lot of different names of stuff though, like Ice Fang's a snake. They have recruiters, so it's like a human, which so is Noble Hierarch if they also have those, but they might be playing Bird over Hierarch. Maybe Plague Engineer actually didn't do that much. I want to keep in one though, so maybe I just won't bring in the extras. Peer into Abyss is a messed up magic card. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think Medley Mage is good. Maybe I like Trim of Force. I like trimming of a force. I don't think I want Plague Engineer the more I think about it. Your opponent killed you on turn 1? That's disgusting. But yeah, that card is pretty messed up. It is a lot better than Ad Nauseam, I think. I think it's a pretty good upgrade. This hand's gas. Definitely keeping. We do need to draw a third land. Well, there we go. I'm not going to trade Gilded Drake for their Birds of Paradise. I think the 3/3 beats will get us if we do that. I think I would be more tempted to do that if I didn't draw a third land. But I'm not as concerned because we drew the third one. Am I just getting O-code? I have Force of Will, so... I don't know what this is, but I'm not that concerned. I'm not concerned enough to force it. They brought in Collector Oof just... okay, just because of Esper Vial. That's like pretty obnoxious, not gonna lie. Having double Force of Will makes me feel really safe here. Alright, so I already have one Soul Herder, so I'm not sure that I don't really need a second by any means. Can't cast Baron. I can grab Charming Prince, or I can just grab another recruiter, or go ahead and grab Palace Jailer in case we top deck a 4th land. Actually, I think that's best. Though I wish I got a Tundra if that was my game plan. I just didn't think very far ahead. It's okay. I'm gonna do that. Because if I can level my Vial, I'm gonna level my Vial up to 3, and if I draw a 4th land, they're just dead. I can Palace Jailer and then put Soul Herder in play and just like do whatever I want. That's fine. The carpet's really not gonna be worth that much mana. I don't plan on putting another island into play. I can just grab a basic plains. If I can fetch for it, that is. They've Rainstorm, found a swamp. So they have access to 3 mana. They can Abrupt Decay the Soul Herder though, before the trigger goes off, so maybe that's a reason to grab a second one, because I can't counter Abrupt Decay. Turns out I can't do that. I'm hoping to draw a 4th land here. If I can draw plains. Plains would be gas. Are they tapping out? Nice. Okay. So I'm gonna get the Soul Herder here. That's not land, which is unfortunate. But we'll live. Gonna get some value here. Oh, I should have Swords of Plowshare this thing. And then filed. I just wasn't. I was on autopilot. It's okay. I think I just grab another Soul Herder. Or I can grab a recruiter. I'll just grab another recruiter. Oh wait, I want another blue card. But I really don't want to pitch the Soul Herder. It's fine. I only have to do that if things get bad. And I'm hoping things don't get bad. I just wish I'd used my brain and swords this and then done this. But it's okay. We'll survive. Alright. Definitely forcing that. It's not a question. My forces are useless if I don't force that, so definitely just gonna force it. They only have 2 mana left. They can Abrupt Decay. They can indeed do that. I think I level this up to 4 and then I swords this. Yeah, let's do that. Yes. Alright, cool. That was gross. That was unfortunate. I'm glad they didn't Abrupt Decay this though. Is another Teferi? Alright. I guess I don't actually want to F6, but this is getting a little obnoxious. Okay, that was good. The question is if I cast a Soul Herder and they kill the recruiter, how bad is it? The answer is very. I can also Charming Prince the recruiter and see what they do. I think that's best. See what they do. They just let that resolve. Nice. Wonder if they have another decay and they're just waiting a second. Wait. Nah, this is ordered correctly. Yeah. It's tutor. I just grab, I don't know, a meddling mage. Blink the prince. Yes. And I'm gonna flicker the recruiter again. Sure. Alright, so they drew a land. So they they might have had the Uro, but they definitely just drew that land. Plank Engineer? Oh, they're gonna name Human so that my... I don't think it's worth forcing, but it does turn off my engine. Yeah. I don't think it's worth forcing that. I have other engines. Because I can start Baleful Strixing. Yup. Would like to draw a land. I'm gonna do this now. I don't think the extra sizing on Soulherder matters anymore, and I just... If I can draw swords, I want to have access to it. God bless, dude. I just want to draw a land so I can Palace Jailer. But now they get to Uro. Unless I draw a land. Maybe I should have blinked the Charming Prince so I could scry too. I guess I should have done that. Because it's one deeper. Digging towards Swords of Plashers is relevant too though. And I'd rather draw it than scry into it. I can also force this Uro, but I'm trying to save the force for more relevant things. Like Aloran. Like Aloran just kills us. Whereas like Uro is just annoying. Maybe I do force it though. Nah, it's fine. I can also just block with Soulherder. Oh, thank God, we drew a land. Alright. I'm going to... I think I get rid of this Ice Fang. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the Ice Fang. This will eventually kill them. I'm gonna blink the Palace Jailer, and then yes. So Palace Jailer doesn't actually like put the card under it in the sense that if Palace Jailer is removed from the battlefield, they get the card. It's whenever your opponent becomes a monarch, they get the stuff back. So it's a little different. It brainstormed. I have this Force of Will, so I feel pretty safe. Alright, well, hopefully that wasn't like famous last words here. Alright, it's not famous last words. I think... what's the way I lose the game? Not really sure what it is. I'm not sure whether to keep up Benser or... I think either way I'm attacking with SOULHERDER this turn. Wait, this thing doesn't fly? Oh. I didn't know that. I thought this thing flew. It's not really that big of a deal. That just like blew my mind. That was so weird. Okay. I think I'm better off... I'm gonna Meddling Mage. I'm gonna name a Lurin. Uh-oh. I'm a little scared now. If they have a Lurin here, we're dead. Well, we might not be dead, but I'm gonna feel pretty dead. Oh god. I guess they had the mana to cast it twice anyways. There's no way for me to stop this. Because they can pay a life and then do this at instant speed. Wait. They found the one way to lose the game. That... Okay. Wait. I can cast stuff too? Oh. Well, that makes this way easier. So, I mean, I could have, like... So they were dead no matter what, because I could cast Meddling Mage with whatever on the stack. I don't think I have a reason to recruit her here. I'm just gonna hold it in my hand in case something stupid happens. Guess this. I don't know why SOULHERDER doesn't fly. I've learned a lot of things in this game. SOULHERDER doesn't fly, and sure. Allurin affects both players. That's a real downside. That's a really real downside. Oh, this is pretty fun. Oh. No! It has trample? Oh no. Oh god. I didn't realize I had trample. Oh god. A roller coaster of not reading cards. That's very accurate. Add a card leave the battlefield, right? Push this. Reading cards is very difficult. Oh god. I mean, at least I get the monarch back. Cause I did it but this has been a mess. Like, I don't know what the definition of mess is here, but this is basically it. Alright, I think I'm just gonna... I'm just gonna go into recruiter now. Let me grab a Lavinia. I think Lavinia is correct. Ha! Nice. That art's actually sick. Whoa. Yeah, somebody didn't read it, Lavinia. It's okay though. They're gonna time out. I think we would win this game. I think we win this game eventually, but like this has been the definition of mess. I mean, I don't know why they don't scoop at this point, but whatever. Active Authority seems a lot better when they're bringing like carpet as well. Also, learning that I can cast spells on their turn is pretty cool. I don't know. I don't think it really matters. I think this is how I would board though, if it did matter. Yeah. Oh, are they really doing this? Well, they're not doing a very good job at trying to time us out. I mean, I'm not sure what their hand is, but we were just gonna win anyways. Sometimes you just gotta go hard, yeah, I guess. I'll take that as a 3-1 window. Guarantee our money back. We learned a lot about Allurin and the fact that SOULHERDER doesn't fly. Our hand was gas anyways though, like 2 lands, double Medley Mage, Aether Vial, the Pal Shader is sick, double Brainstorm. You can't ask for anything else, but I will take it. Alright, playing for the 4-1 here. The first time playing through this deck. And I think this hand is too bad. If I had 1 less land in it, I would keep, but I just don't think that hand does enough. Because it doesn't have enough gas in it. This hand doesn't have a blue card for Force of Will. But I think it's still a keep. I think going to 5 is bad. Also, like, Aether Vial makes hands very keepable. Like, hands like this, like, have high upside. I think even though we had 3 lands, like, we actually want to have 3 lands for Recruiter and things like that. Peacekeeper, on the other hand, a lot of time it's not going to be good. So, no reason to put such a high priority on it. Hopefully they don't, like, try to turn 1 us and, like, the Force of Will just not do things. I should not F6. Noble Hierarch. Not sure what this necessarily means. Hopefully we draw a blue card so that we lessen the chance of getting Oko'd onto. I am going to leave this in my hand so I have a blue card for Force of Will, even though I would prefer to play it and cycle through the deck. This is just a nod to me not wanting to get blown out by an Oko here. Like, turn 2 Oko seems like a really easy way to lose. Okay. Noble into Ponder. Interesting. Not sure what exactly this entails. This could be like some form of like a no-bant deck. They chose not to shuffle. And they left mana up. I wonder if a deck like this did well over the weekend. It looks like it did. Yeah, so it's there is a no-bant deck that's been floating around. They don't play Force of Will. They don't play any interaction. They're just playing like lots of big stuff. So Force of Will is really good against the card Natural Order. We drew another blue card, nice. I think I'm going to Recruiter of the Guard here and then Aether Vial. They did play 4 swords to posture, so if I like Recruiter the Guard and then go get Charming Prince and try and Charming Prince and blink the Recruiter, it could go poorly. So I might not want to do that. You're done with Legacy? Just like super Flood or super not Flood? I think I'm gonna bail. You lost a fish? Oh god. That's bad. I'm gonna put the Baleful Strix in play. The main reason for this is because I want to draw an extra card so I can figure out what exactly I want to tutor for. Because I'm not sure what I want to tutor for at this point. We drew the blue card in Brainstorm, so my Force of Will is still up. You did the double 0-3 drop. That's very disgusting. I'm sorry. I'm not really... It looks like those types of lists don't play Wasteland, so I'm not gonna play around it. Alright, I'm gonna grab good old Soulherder. It's the best card in the deck. It's not necessarily true, but it's very good. It gets very out of hand very quickly. That's the main value in it. see what this is. I mean, I assume I have to force that. The thing is if they then have natural order, it's pretty bad. But there's not. I'm gonna force it. I don't think I could not force it. I think it's too good. Oh, they're playing Infect. What? I really didn't expect that one. Really did not expect that one. Okay. Well. I'm gonna attack with, if they want to trade, that's like fine by me, I think. I can also just attack with the, like if they trade, I'm pretty fine with that, I think. Cause now the whole game has changed now. Okay. If they use a mutagenic growth, they use an invigorate, okay. I'm gonna flicker out my recruiter. I kind of want a meddling mage to just name Berserk, and that kind of guarantees to me that I can't. Well, if this Soulherder resolves, they're just dead. Okay. The reason is because I'm getting this off. Yes. I'm just gonna grab a Plague Engineer. I'm flickering here because now I can flicker out their elf and they're not going to have it to attack with next turn. Yeah, the 003 drop is pretty fierce, Cody. Alright, now we know what we're playing against. I assume we're playing against no ban, which means I was playing like they didn't have Force of Will, and then they play Glistener Elf, which means they have Force of Will on their deck. The Infect decks play Force of Will and Daze. So big problemos, but did not get punished. So I like Lavinia because it stops Invigorate. Plague Engineer is good against all their stuff. Veil Push is great removal. I like Wasteland because of Inkmoth Nexus. Gilded Drake, we can trade with Blight Agent, things like that, but then I think the Flyer actually kills us, so this is kind of a trap, I think. I don't really want, I don't know that this is a Meddling Mage matchup, to be honest. I like 3-mana Teferi. Maybe like Charming Prince isn't great, so this is what this is gonna be like my maybe takeout pile. Baron and Flicker Wisp I think are good. Flicker Wisp is kind of meh. Baron I think is good though, because I can bounce Planeswalkers, which is cool. Peacekeeper makes it so they literally can't win the game, which is probably good for us. I don't know that I want Force of Negation. This turns off our own Force of Wills though, which probably means it's not great. And it turns off the main ways they win the game though. The main ways they win the game are like Invigorate, Berserk. Which those are all non-creatures, so maybe I'm supposed to have the forces. The main thing is they have Oko, which Oko is very scary. Maybe I don't want the extra Wasteland, to be honest. Because I have flyers and stuff too. What's up, Mr. Fridge? How's it going? Nah, I want the wasteland. It's going good? That's awesome. I think I can go without melee mage. I think I want the Charming Prince. Resetting Plague Engineer is probably insane. No, my curve's like really 3 heavy, so I was probably supposed to side out some number of 3s. I probably kept 7. I'm definitely mulliganing. The hand doesn't do anything. This hand's not the worst. I wish I had a black source, but we have Esper Vial. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna put away this Baleful Strix here. They did not play anything. They must have a blighted agent. That's what that tells me. Huh, do they have a Spell Pierce? It seems that they do not. They might be looking for a way to counter this Vial. That's fine. That means they're not playing Blighted Agent, which is good by me. There's a Glistener Elf. Not really that concerned. That's a really good draw. I think I'm best off playing Baleful Strix though. Oh, let's fetch here. Grab a Scrub Land. This way we have double white next turn. I have a Daze. I'm gonna force that. Baleful Strix is too good. Unless they have double Invigorate Berserk. That's the one way we get punished here. It's like a very specific draw. It's possible, but... Okay, looks like they don't have it. I do not want to cast Plague Engineer because I don't care about this and I want to bait them into Blighted Agenting. So I'm just gonna say go. I could also just name the Blighted Agent, but the thing is I would rather... Oh, we have Esper Vial in. Okay. I can see it, I just really didn't expect that. Okay. I'll just take it, it's fine. I'm gonna attempt to swords this. I wanna try and get stuff out of their hand. Or just let it happen, that works too. Alright, I'm gonna save the Plague Engineer for the next threat they play. This is my plan. Whether it be Ink Moth or another Glistener Elf or whatever it is. I'm definitely forcing this, that's not a question. That's too many cards. I'm gonna save the Wasteland. I'm gonna act like it's a secret so that they might prioritize Ink Moth Nexus if they draw one. Wait, what's Glistener Elf? It's a warrior, human, there's just nothing. What aligns with this? I'm gonna play it now. Noble Hierarch's also human. So I should name human. And it's only opponent, so it doesn't like turn off our own stuff. I'm gonna play a 5th land, it's fine. I'm not gonna play anymore though. I'm gonna save the rest of Force Will back. Or not Force Will. I did not think about that. If they have another Blight Agent, I'm gonna feel really bad. Because I did not think about that line. Alright, they don't have one. At least not yet. I'm just gonna cast it, I think. Yeah. I just want to be the Monarch. I think drawing 2 cards a turn is probably going to result in us winning the game, so may as well do it. Let's do this. I think they scooped. Alright, I will take the easy 5th match for the 4-1. I will take it. That's for sure. This deck is super fun. It is not easy to play though. I'm very interested by it though. I think I'm going to start playing more of it because I'm just curious by it. It's fun. It has some really interesting lines, and I imagine it's good against the Delver decks. Like, it feels good against the Delver decks between Baleful Strokes and Swords, and like, you can play the long game and you have the Force of Wills. Maybe Delver's kind of rough. I think it depends on your draw versus their draw, but if you have an Aether Vial story and it resolves, you're probably winning that matchup. And it has a really good long game if you can position yourself correctly. And Meddling Mage is pretty good against Uro. So like, if you have a way to like force Oko and then Meddling Mage Uro, it feels good. I'm digging the deck. I'm a fan. I'm a little biased because I just snap got a 4-1 off, but I can get behind what's going on here. It feels a little dinky, but if it gets there, it gets there.